Yeah, my name is Raul Krauthausen, coming from Berlin, and I am looking for my. Ah, yeah, okay. I'm the founder of the social organization, non-profit organization called Sozialhelden. When you translate it into English, it means social heroes. It's a name with an irony in it, so we don't believe we are heroes. We just think if there are no heroes out there, maybe everyone can be a hero. And if everyone can be a hero, we can name ourselves Sozialhelden. And we are a small group, more or less 10 people, working on social projects. And today I want to talk with you about wheelchair drivers or people in wheelchairs. Because when I cross the city, I look through, I see the city from a different perspective. Dogs are as big as horses for you, you know? When I want to enter a post office in my district, in my area, I have to go around the corner and ring a bell. And then suddenly someone comes out with a small table, puts it on the sidewalk, and opens up his small post office for me. In the summer, it's very funny. In the winter, it's very cold. And that's all about because most of the places I want to enter are not accessible for wheelchair users. Even though, for example, post boxes are too high. Maybe you would say, okay, post boxes, that's not such a big problem. You're in the internet age, so why do you use posts? You're right. I mean, during the daytime, it's no problem to ask someone to help me. But when I want to make some posts, send some posts in the night, nobody can help me because the streets are empty. Speaking of services, public services, the biggest issue dealing with post or bank offices are ATMs. Because as a wheelchair driver, I can't use an ATM. An ATM is obviously too high. You can only use it when you can stand. And what I do is I give persons I don't know my pins. So it's not only about accessibility, it's also about security. And so a friend of mine was totally annoyed by always going with me into the same areas. We always went into the same cafe for years. And because that was the only cafe we knew that is wheelchair accessible. And so he said, I don't want to go with you always into the same area. Why not using something? Why not going to a place which is also accessible? But we didn't know where to go. And every time we met again, he always forgot which place he wanted to remind which is accessible or not. And so we always stick to the same place. And so he had the idea, why not, if the most of the places have stairs in front, why not build up a platform for everyone, which is cloud-based or something like that, and based on open data, like OpenStreetMap. Or we use the OpenStreetMap technology, so it's a kind of a Wikipedia for maps. So we are not having issues with licenses like Google and Apple right now are having, for example, or Nokia and Microsoft. So we are based on an open project, based on open data, and it's called Wheelmap.org. It's a platform where everyone can share and rate places which are accessible or not. We are online, available, and also on smartphones for iPhone and Android, and we developed it on our own from the scratch. We asked our community who can help us making the Wheelmap more successful and spreading the word. And we also asked the people to translate the software. And the first language we got translated was Japanese, because it was the first person who was interested in doing that. And right now we are online in 24 languages, even Klingon. So every online project has to be in Klingon, every good online project. Google is in Klingon, Wikipedia, and Facebook. so does Wheelmap. But to be serious, we are doing this for real people. We are doing this not for science fiction characters. We are doing the Wheelmap for real people like Alexandra. And Alexandra is a real person. We asked her to send us a photo because she originally contacted us through the Android Play Market and wrote this comment. And she said that she added 150 places into the map and has now the ability to check in advance where to go beforehand. And so we got really a lot of media coverage in the last years. And suddenly we got a call from Google. And they wanted to make a TV commercial with us. I brought it. I hope the sound works. I will show it to you, and so you get the idea how it's working. It should. Wenn es 1,6 Millionen Rollstuhlfahrer gibt, allein in Deutschland, dann heißt das doch, dass es auch 1,6 Millionen Menschen gibt, die rollstuhlgerechte Orte kennen. So that was a commercial which Google ran last year in October, so more or less a year ago. And unfortunately, it was in German, but I think the idea is clear that when we have 1.6 million wheelchair users in Germany, maybe we have 1.6 million people who can share places. That was the idea. And if the web is that, the Google claim was the web is what you make of it, and so they thought we have the same idea or vision on doing something good with the web by connecting people. And okay, the TV commercial was 4 weeks long. It was aired for four weeks on all private TV stations at the same time, and in Germany. And you can see the growth rate in the last 3 years. In the first year, we got some small nerd attention, kind of 10 new places a day were added and so on. Then in 2011, we got more known by media coverage, and we grew up to 100 new places a day. And then the Google advertisement came. You can see the big jump there. And after that, we are now growing by more than 200 places a day, newly added worldwide, and have right now 270,000 points of interest worldwide, which are wheelchair accessible or not wheelchair accessibly rated. And even now we are trying to get testimonials like Neelie Kroes, the Vice President of the European Commission and Commissioner for Open Data Governance and Politics in Europe. And she really endorsed us and gives us some support in opening doors for politics, because we are dealing with public places like governmental offices and so on, which are not all accessible. And the government has, in all Europe, in all the world, governments are the only who can really change laws for accessibility. And it's not only an issue for wheelchair users, it's also an issue for people with a broken leg, families with strollers, or elderly people with walking aids. So it's not only about people like me sitting in a wheelchair. And as you might know, as you all know, the Paralympics have been here in London, so did we. We sent someone from our team to come to London to raise awareness for our project without being officially partner of the Paralympic Committee, because it is it's a big hassle to cooperate with the Olympic Committee. And so we tried to make it like guerrilla marketing, and got to know to Mick Scarlett. And Mick Scarlett is one of the most famous British media-known people with disability. So he's a moderator, he's an actor, and he's a comedian. And he mapped, for example, a lot of places in Camden, here in London. And that's the idea. We want to really empower people. We want to tell people that they can change something. They can be the ambassadors for the Wheelmap. They can own it in their area. And we try to enable them to go to the mayor, to go to the media, to go to politics, to convince a bakery, to convince a cafe, a bar, a disco, and not only hospitals, therapy centers, and drugstores, people where most of the non-disabled people think, or places where non-disabled people think people with disability mostly go, but that's not true. Most of the people with disabilities also want to go to a cafe, to a bar, to a disco, to a cinema. And what we really try to do is to cooperate with organizations and to convince them to use our open and free data in their own platforms. Because we don't want to build up a brand, although we did. We don't want to build up a brand which is worldwide known as Wheelmap.org. We just, and that's our only mission, we just want to make the data available if I can enter as a wheelchair user a place or not. It doesn't matter if it's called Unlike, or if it's called Foursquare, or if it's called Yellow Pages. We just want to make it data matching. And that's a technology, a big technology, technical problem, because of a lot of different data sources and license issues. But we are using open data, and we think that is the easiest way to make a cooperation. That's it. Thank you for your attention. And